All right, we've talked about pants and we've talked about boots. Today, what's on my heart is rain gear. Probably, to me, one of the most important pieces of equipment if you're going out on extended hunts or just want to be comfortable when you are hunting. So I've got today a bunch of different gear. I've bought all these. I've used all these over the years, and in a quest to find the best rain gear. I like to be dry. Nothing can ruin a hunt more than being wet and cold. Nothing can get more dangerous than when you're way out in the middle of nowhere, wilderness, backcountry, and you're wet. So rain gear to me is very important, and that's what we're going to discuss. I'm going to give you my opinion on these and which ones I use for various situations. Again, like the pants, we've got high end, all the way down to kind of a budget. And again, I'm using First Lite as the high end, but anything like Sitka and QU, First Lite, Swazi, they're all going to be the high end. There's not much difference to me in what how their performance is. They're all very good. They kind of have to be for the price point, or they wouldn't be able to sell these because they're kind of expensive. So let's kind of get into it then. So let's start with the First Lite, and I'm going to be doing these as a set, pants and jacket or coat. So these are the Seek Storm Tight pants. Now they've gone away and went to a different pant called the Omen, but I think it's just got a few more features. This pant was their highest end pant, and this was $325. Came with suspenders, and what it is full zip up to the hip. You put it on over top of your layers. This is a rugged, very well made, and watertight pair of pants. This is the go-to when you've got extreme weather and you cannot afford to be wet. These are the pants. They've got pockets that are kind of weather resistant. They've got waterproof style zippers. I've worn these in downpours and wet snow and brush, and just an amazing rain pant. Can't say enough about them. These are the pants that I'll take when I need to stay dry. They are a little heavy for hotter weather. These aren't the ones you're gonna when it's early season and it might rain on you a little bit, or it's bear hunting in June when it might storm. A quick storm come through and get you wet, but it's going to be above freezing. You might want to leave these at home because they're kind of heavy, but I mean not too heavy. What I like about them when you're crossing streams is you can just wear these, put them around your boot, and the water will kind of compress around and won't go. I mean, you got to move through the stream at a pretty good pace, but it will keep everything dry, almost like a pair of waders. And then water won't get inside your boot. So I like that feature about these. Okay, for the jacket, I went with the Swazi Cagoule, and it was also about $325. But I went with this because of the material is very soft and very quiet. And with rain gear, you can get pretty noisy rain gear. This is about as quiet as you can get in rain gear. This is super soft. What it is a membrane in between this super soft layer, and it's probably not as watertight as this. I've never had any water get in, to tell you the truth, but I would say that it's not as watertight as this. It's a rain gear for pretty extreme weather, but I mean, if you're talking rain for 7 days straight, I think this gets a little waterlogged, this material. And maybe if you had somehow got a hole in the membrane, you would get some leakage. But I've never experienced that, and I've ordered some pretty nasty stuff. Waterproof zippers, pockets, hand warmer pockets in the front. Got a pocket here that is not watertight, so you don't want to put a cell phone in here because this actually will get wet in here. And I'm not sure through the zipper or just kind of as it moves down, the water moves down through this material, it got wet in there. But I like it because it's quiet, and I'll forego a little bit of waterproofness in this to get the reduction in noise. So this is my extreme set over here, about $650 total. So you know that's a pretty good investment, but well worth it. Not as packable as a lot of these. So here we've got some military surplus camo rain gear. Had these a long time, $150 on eBay. They're a little noisy though. I mean, that's this rain gear. They're kind of noisy, but I've had a lot of good luck with these. What I like about them is they're fairly inexpensive and they do a very good job of keeping you dry. Pretty packable. I'd say you can get it down pretty good, and everything has pockets. Everything is easy to get on over your clothes really fast. Hood. Yeah, for the money, I really like these, and I've used it extensively. But loud. I really think that the quietness for me has been an improvement in my rain gear. But these have gone a lot of places with me, and now they sit underneath the seat of the pickup in case it's raining and I need to change a tire or something like that. But a little noisy, but a good, solid choice for packability, just to have around. You do kind of have to treat them with some silicone water treat every once in a while to keep them water resistant. But they're tough, ripstop. Worn them a lot of places, and there's no holes, snags, anything. Same with these ones. These are just really tough. So this is the Outdoor Research. This is the Helium coat and pants from Outdoor Research. $175, $130. Extremely packable. Now this is where I see if you're going really light, it's not supposed to rain, but it might rain, or it's raining in the morning and then the afternoon it's getting hot. So you need some rain gear, which you're not going to need it all day long, or maybe not even every day. Extremely packable. Look, I'm just doing this. That'll fit in one pocket, and this will even be, half of that. These are really light. So going out in the morning, right, and you got this on, and then it stops raining, maybe it's just misting, and then you take that off, you're nice and dry. Pack it away in a pocket, and super packable. I mean, $300 for the set. It's not extremely loud, but it is loud. Not going to be tough. Forget about it. I mean, this is just getting going in the morning with no brush and stuff. This will rip. This will rip easily. This is a highly packable set that will keep you dry, but you're not going to bust a brush with it. You're not going to be hunting in it. You're going to be staying dry, moving down a trail or something, or walking a road till you get in and it's raining. I really like this in New Zealand when it wasn't gonna rain, but you knew it could rain at any time. And so I just put this in the pack. And then, around town, it's not camo, it's black. You can just wear it as a raincoat because it was always raining. And when you got out in this pouring rain, you went to the grocery store or something, had to get something to eat. It was nice to have a coat so you weren't completely soaked. So that works pretty good. I think that's a good product. Just not going to be as tough as these first two. A little more expensive, but great performance out of it. You're not going to get wet in these. So the next one I needed was, and I didn't want to fly with a lot of stuff to New Zealand, so I just figured I'd buy things when I got over there and see what they had. Rains all the time, so I'm sure they had good rain gear, and they did. I bought this in New Zealand. But I wanted something a little tougher, or something I could have some camo with. And so I got this Hunter's Element out of New Zealand. This is the Halo. And then this one, I believe, is the Obsidian. Yep, this is the Obsidian Pant. So you have the Halo jacket and the Obsidian Pant. And together these were about $200. Now, I really enjoy a pullover style raincoat. Just seems to shed water for me really well. This thing did awesome. It was miserably rainy most of the time. And I say miserably just because it was wet. Had a great time, but it was wet. And these, I never got wet. My feet got wet. That's how rainy it was. That eventually your boots will get wet, no matter how much Gore-Tex you have, because it's almost like walking through a stream. It's so wet. But anyways, these kept me really dry. Only problem with this, I mean, it's easy to get on. They've got pockets. Everything was waterproof. Kept my phone in there. Nothing, nothing got wet. But it's very noisy. I'd say the noisiest out of all these. This one's noisy, but this one's got a little more zing to it. And that proved itself when I was hunting fallow deer. So I'm hunting this fallow deer down this creek bottom, and it's about a 2-hour stalk. I really wanted to get a good heart shot on this fallow deer, and there were some other deer around, which was making it tougher. And so about 2 hours into it, it's pouring down rain, but the stalk was good. I was within 60 yards of this animal for a longest time, and I wanted to get to 30. I know the heart shot would have been good at 30. And I'm getting there. I've got 2 bushes in front of me. I'm in front of a bush, and I just got to get to this next bush. And I'm 40 yards, and then get to the next one, and I'm 30 yards. So boom, boom. I get behind the 40-yard bush. I just got to make it to the 30. Puts his head down. I move, and I'm just about in position, thinking this is going to work great. And one little branch caught my shoulder as I moved through, and just went like that. That fallow deer picked me up. I mean, picked me up like that, looking straight at me. I'm behind a bush and just looking straight at me. And it was over. All because of that little, and that's how important quiet garment is when you're really getting close. 30 yards. These things have tremendous hearing, and they can pinpoint right away, and then it's over. And the wind was right. It was raining so hard I can't even believe that animal heard me. But that's the downfall of reindeer and the downfall of the hunter's element. Great reindeer though. Just got to be mindful that it's a little noisy. Finally, we've got the Frogg Toggs. Everybody knows about Frogg Toggs, right? I used to wear, and still do, wear this set on the ranch. If it's raining and I'm out, these are highly packable. You can take the hood off. You just kind of ball these things up, and put them anywhere. And these were $60, so you're not into them very much. They go on, they get them bigger, and they go on over all your clothes, even your big H.A.R.T coats. Same with your pants. Get them bigger, and they'll just go over everything. Even if you got coveralls on, you can put these over. It's a weird material, right? You guys are familiar with Frogg Toggs, I'm sure. Weird kind of material, but you know what? It's always done the job. Riding horses, riding four-wheelers, fixing fence, and it starts to get rainy. Put these on, and you stay dry. No frills, $60. But where does that fit in? Where do Frogg Toggs fit into the hunting scenario? Well, if you know you're going to be home, you're going out to your tree stand, you're just going to go hike through the woods a little bit and find a place to sit. It might rain. Throw these in your pack. Super light. They don't pack down as good as these, but they're super light. They're not going to be quiet, but they're actually quieter than the hunter's element. But you're going to stay dry. Just had great luck with these. And to be honest, they're pretty tough. I don't think I've ever ripped a hole in them. And I've had 3 or 4 sets. They've always done good. I can't complain about it. But they would be like, you're coming home, just in case you do get a hole in one or really ripped. But just kind of an economical rain gear to have. This would be what I would have if I'm just hunting on the weekend. Just going out, I'll be back to get dry. These dry out really fast, shake them off. And that's all you need. That's really all you need. You're not going to take these on a Yukon adventure or to Canada where it rains all the time or Alaska where it's raining all the time. You just need a little bit something that you can count on because you don't want to be wet. You just don't want to be wet on your once in a lifetime trip. But these will do it most of the time. And these will do it, you know, the military surplus, go on eBay. You can find a good set and they'll do it for you too. These right here, they're gonna do it. Hunter's Element, if you can find something like that, mid-range price-wise, that's fine. You're just not gonna be able to be as stealthy as maybe this option here, the Swazi. So that's about it with the rain gear. When I go out, I'm going to be using the Swazi. I'm going to be using the First Lite, and I'm going to take this with me, and I probably will take the jacket along with this to give me that extra layer because it's just so light that it's really downpouring, won't quit. I'll put this over the top of this to keep this softness dry. It's not going to matter if we pour and rain anyways. And I'll probably take this or this to put over top of this. And you say, well, that's kind of defeats the packability of it. But I'll be wearing this, and this will be in the pack, and this will be kind of like my coat, my jacket to begin with. And then I'll just take that. This is very versatile. I kind of recommend you look at Swazi. They have some pretty cool gear, and I've been a fan just because everything's so quiet. It's really important to me because with my heart, I like to be in that 30-yard range so I can get a good hard shot. And for archery guys, 30 yards is a pretty good point that you want to be too. So yeah, that's what's on my heart today. Rain gear. I hope that just going through this give you some ideas of what's out there and what you might need and what you really don't need. So, till next time, H.A.R.T the hunt.